You're back with another video. Top 10 villain versus villain in anime. By Top 10 Anime. Not Vinny 2. Top 10 Anime. I like to divvy it up, you know. Make sure you guys like that video. Subscribe. I'm pretty sure it's going to be heat. The last couple videos were heat. So, I think I only did one. Either way, it was heat. Also, shout out to the dude who told me about Fooly Cooly on YouTube. I'm definitely going to be watching that for the rest of the night. I'm going to binge watch the whole show. So let's get into it.
There are many great anime fights, but on rare occasions we get to see anime villains fight each other. Almost always these fights tend to be epic, as they are often ruthless, with none of that friendship business to save the day. Here's a list of the best villain versus villain in anime.
There's gonna be some good ones. I can't think of them off the bat, but like, I never finished Parasite.
Parasite is a series about an alien species that invades human brains and takes control. Although it's a battle amongst parasites, the smarter one easily defeats the three parasites by herself. She simply is stronger and knows how to use her abilities far better. There are many interesting characters in this series, and she is one of the more unique parasites, where we get to see the evolution of a ruthless killer who wants to wipe out the human species to acquiring more human-like characteristics. The pool of interesting characters and their growth makes this series all the more interesting to watch.
That was deeply disturbing.
This was a great addition to the Black Lagoon series, fleshing out the interesting character, Roberta. She appeared almost superhuman moments ago, an unstoppable killing machine taking down multiple people with ease, until Alberto showed up, who manages to defeat her in seconds. However, letting his guard down even momentarily in a battle between villains can prove to be lethal. And that's exactly what happens when she uses the opportunity that she created by caving in the soldier's head with her bare hands, a brutal end for this soldier.
I ain't never seen, what was that, Black Lagoon? But I've heard of it.
This was a very short encounter, but it was still an epic fight. Especially how Grimmjow fearlessly challenges an Espada that is 2 ranks higher than him. They both may be on the same team, but a conflict of interest is all that was needed to initiate a death battle. They don't have any concept of holding back even against allies, which is what makes villain fights so fun to watch. Luckily, Grimmjow is smarter than he looks. Knowing that he could not beat him in a fair fight, he traps him temporarily in a different dimension, so that he can finally fight his rival.
Got his ass. And then let Lily he know he saved him for the time being. Bro, the anime hella
This is
close.
what happens when 2 legendary Pokemon meet. One Piece is the series where you get to see an invincible man-dragon battle an overweight elderly woman as they vaporize entire islands.
I was gonna take a break.
Good thing Kaido already had plans for a new island. This one's going to be destroyed by the end of the week.
And just work hard on animating.
Both of these emperors were at one point in the same crew, now all grown up with their own crew, rivaling each other in power. The scary part of this encounter is that they are both smiling. Imagine an all-out serious fight. This really sets the stage for how a fight with even one of the emperors would be like. The Straw Hats will be needing a lot more allies.
God. I caught up on the manga. I'm caught up, so the allies thing, I don't know about that, if they gonna need more allies or not. I'm gonna leave it at that.
A battle between a ninja and a demon-level monster.
Is he really
One
a
of the
villain?
best characteristics of villain
serious.
is their overconfidence in their own strength. And here we see both antagonists boasting each other's power. As the battle prolonged, the Sea King was becoming stronger thanks to the rain.
But he's more like
However, it was still unclear who would actually win in a proper fight, as Sonic did not have his weapons to inflict any serious damage. Nevertheless, villain fights usually doesn't involve miracles of power of friendship, and Sonic was smart enough to realize this. So he retreated when he realized he could not defeat the Sea King without his weapons.
Running butt ass naked away. Oh my gosh, I'm mad.
Beat down by a 60-year-old man with a pleasant smile.
I'm mad that I didn't even think, like, half these people I didn't even think were really villains, but like you think about it because they flip sides or whatever, but it's like they were antagonists at the time. There could be a lot of antagonists. It's not set to one. Like I'm normally just think about one antagonist. But nah, Full Metal got about 12. You don't trust nobody in this show. You can't trust nobody.
Just moments earlier, Greed and his gang were hated on
Except
for
his
their
little
villainous
brother
actions.
Alphonse and Winry.
That quickly changed with the entrance of
I had my
King
doubts.
Bradley.
I had my doubts.
They may both be homunculus, but Greed simply had no chance, no matter how many times he regenerates.
Bradley's
A
disgusting.
brutal battle with Greed's limbs being severed multiple times. King Bradley was so fast at dealing lethal blows that Greed could...
Siri, I said A tier. No. What are you doing? I didn't even... Stop.
are lucky that Bradley is not in his prime.
Hey, Siri. I said I hate you. Stop. Stop.
The Phantom Troop may be a villainous organization, but they are loved by many and have their own fan base. This is one of the rare occasions when we get to see the full power of one of the members. We have already seen how powerful the Chimera Ants are, and as expected, the battle between them was nothing less than spectacular. The transformations were also an interesting addition. A scorpion turning into a crocodile, which in fact is an ant, versus a guy rage transforming to suddenly end up with boxing gloves and a Templar armor. The Chimera ant may only
don't
be a
make
month
sense,
old,
but
it did a pretty good job to be able to inflict some harm to a Phantom Troop member.
I guess if I don't take them as serious threats, I don't consider them an antagonist. Because them Chimera ants, I never thought they were a threat to at least the main cast. Other than the Royal Guard, but everyone else is like, they're not
the
a
lowly
threat.
Slayer versus Berserker, breaker of his own myth. Two of the history's greatest heroes clashing. However, it wasn't even a battle. Even Berserker with his many lives struggled to reach Gilgamesh and his unlimited supply of noble phantasms. After Berserker's multiple attempts and exhausting all of his 12 lives, he is bound by chains meant for gods and left with a gaping hole in his chest. However, when his master's life was in danger, he manages to momentarily resurrect himself for the 13th time and even broke the chains of God. Perhaps losing his 12 lives meant he is now reduced to a mere mortal, allowing him to break free from those chains, but nevertheless, it was a chilling moment to see the arrogant Gilgamesh frozen in fear, even if it was just for a moment.
I guess good. I was stunned by the animation.
Overhaul takes social distancing to a whole new level, masked with gloves, and if you get too close, he will kill you. A meeting between two evil organizations led by individuals with a deadly touch. This is exactly how ruthless a battle between villains is. In just a matter of minutes, we have two individuals disintegrated into nothing. Overhaul appears to have no attachment towards his comrades, using them as shields.
Yeah, he a monster.
Worst of all, he could probably reconfigure them back to life from that state, but he chooses not to. Whereas the League of Villains, although desire chaos, appear to care for at least each other. This takes the top spot for the pure brutality involved, as expected from a fight between villains. We see all kinds of sharp objects manifest in places that they shouldn't appear in. A single razor blade cut in the throat can cause severe damage, and yet Doppio was coughing out hundreds of them, but somehow still manages to talk for quite some time with a throat that shouldn't exist anymore. Risotto, on the other hand, could have easily won this fight if he had only walked away after deoxygenating Doppio's blood. But, as a villain that would be of no fun, you must include some torture and a mini lecture on the nutritional benefits of iron. All in all, an entertaining fight with many clever tactics, strategies, and very painful moments.
What season is this?
Let me know what your favorite villain versus villain is in the comments.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I'm in pain. I'm shocked. That first entry, the Parasite entry, that is completely overshadowed by the pain I felt by that entry. Bro, I need to get out of here. I'm gonna go watch Fooly Cooly. I'm out. Peace.